So here's SLV. This one's been nice. Rounded bottom here, very similar to the gold chart. Price squeeze, pulls back. Here's a defense. Squeeze, pulls back. Here's a defense. So it's had a clean market structure. Price pulls higher, comes back. Little trap below and continues. Still clean market structure. Price squeezes up. Can't get above it, comes back. And now it's been trading in this kind of range right here, above this LVN. So in terms of market structure, this one's been very bullish. Nice unidirectional move here that we have going on right now. Bulls are defending. I think every rotation downward into this LVN 1725, bulls are still defending it. So right now we're kind of stuck a little bit here. We have a pattern of a rejection and higher highs being rejected here, so you got lower highs now. So we might continue downward into this LVN a little bit, but I think overall we're going up. So if we do come into the LVN, I think that's a great buy for another rotation across the range. So right now, basically, the trading range is here, right? So it's from 1725 up to 1975. That's the range we're trading. And so if I were buying a fresh new position, I'd like to see a new low into this LVN and then bring it up. That's if I had a fresh position. So we'll see what happens here. If we fail to hold 1725, that would be huge, because then you re-auction perhaps back to value or the recent distribution low or these HVNs or whatever. So that's why it's such a big point there between 17 and 1725. So 1725 is very important. I don't know if we get a pullback there. I think this 1825 level is a pivot here, so if it starts to push and hold above there, then you might start to walk your way already. But I think down here is a better buy. So I'm going to mark some key levels here. There's 1725. Okay, so let's mark that right there. Let's call it a key level. There we go. I'm going to duplicate this. All right, that's a key level. Here, I'll move it off to the side a little bit more. Okay, so those two are key levels, 1525, 1575. Obviously, you have that 14 as well. So for those of you that are newer to the room, this is kind of how I approach any chart if I haven't seen it in a while. So if I haven't seen the chart before, it's my first time looking at it, or I haven't seen it in a while, I like to back it up a little bit and look at the higher time frame. Sometimes I'll start in a weekly chart. Sometimes all I need is right here in the daily chart. And then I go out there and I identify what kind of structure it's been doing, you know, what kind of price behaviors have, you know, accumulation down here with the rounded bottom, uptrending market structure, clean market structure up, trading range here, expansion, pullback, you know, this looks very, very clean. This looks like a well-auctioned market. So I go through there and identify very clean key levels, whether they're PivotBoss key levels, which would be just clean levels, like saying, hey, this is a high, it holds here, it retrades here. That's a key level, right? 1525. Other times it's a volume profile based key level, right? So this right here is a CLVN, that's 1725. So instead of calling that a key level, I can call it a CLVN, and now I know that that's related to the actual profile. But it's still a key level, so CLVN. There's other ones like this 1465, that's value. So I might duplicate this one, move it down to 1465. And then I want to make it a pink or fuchsia color right there, and I want to call this one CVPOC. So I'll label it CVPOC, so now I know that's composite. composite VPOC over the last year. Sometimes I can get 5 years, sometimes I can get micro composite, right? So I will call that one an HVN, and I know that that's the HVN for more recent trading. So really this is value for the current time frame. But this is value for the wider time frame. So there's values in all different time frames. So while this one's composite up here, I can duplicate this one and move it up here to this point, and 1890 is going to be now our micro composite VPOC. So that's MC VPOC. Micro composite is just a micro, it's a portion of the overall composite, right? So this right here is value, this right here is value, this right here is value, right? Just for this little distribution. So you can grab it. This one's value for this little distribution. So it's wise usually to grab all of those as well. So it doesn't cost any money to do it. It's free, right? So you can just grab it and bring it down and just do it right here. And now you have that one. And now you know that that's an HVN. So when you're in a lower time frame, you'll always know, okay, that's value. You don't always have to call each of these MC VPOCs. You can also call them HVNs or CHVN, you know, a high volume node. But that's an important level. And then if I duplicate that one again, I can bring one down here, and now I have 1358 as MC VPOC. So now I know where every major HVN is. I can also copy this one and duplicate it and put it down here for the LVN. So I can go like 1580 right here, and now it's a CLVN. So now I have the majority of the major price and volume profile key levels there. And right now you've done most of the work. Most of the work is done. The rest is just about identifying where the market is likely to engage, which participants are likely to engage which prices, right? And just wait for what you know best. You know, we know that failed range expansion is one of our favorite ideas. We know that LVNs are great to identify, because our idea is if price gets down here, identify this as an LVN, an area that bulls want to defend, and return it to this price. There it is, right? If you think this thing's headed lower, then you could be looking to defend LVNs here for a shot at breaking through this LVN and dropping it to the next one, right? So we have a lot of different things to look at. All right, take care, JP. But this is a great one right here to watch out for. It's got some great levels. Moves really nicely. I really like it. A lot of great key levels. So I'll be keeping an eye on this one.